Welcome back, everybody, to the Right Idea Wrong Motherfucker podcast.
Wait, you didn't even give me a second.
What do you mean, give
Okay.
you a second?
Okay.
You are just sit there for a second, and I'm just talking.
You didn't warn me.
Warnings are, for people who ain't ready. Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
That's me. Not ready most of the time.
This is true. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the second episode of the Right Idea Wrong Motherfucker podcast. I barely appreciate it very much. For those of you who don't know how hard progress is, which is typically the most of this topic of this podcast, of this, talk today. So, with that being said, it's very hard to sit here and do this and get your mind right and be ready to do it. So, thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys. It's a long road, but we're going to get there. We gonna get there for sure. All right. So, we had an eventful day today. A very eventful day. How do you think? What do you think?
It was interesting. It went different than expected.
Right. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. This is a guest on the show today. This is my girlfriend, Bree. And she will be starting her own podcast soon. So, for those of you who don't know what that is called, do you want to give them?
How are you just gonna drop my own podcast?
I mean, all right. Well, see, there you. I was just. It was just the same. I'm just dropping it, bro.
We're gonna tell them when it's out, because I don't want them to go look for it and then it may not be there. But when it's out, they will know.
Okay, there's hints everywhere you look, y'all. Just
they're not gonna go be like, "Whoa, what is this?"
All right. So, yeah. How do you feel about today, though?
It was good. It was interesting. It was eventful.
It was good. It was eventful. We put the snakes on some cars. So for those of you guys who listened to the last podcast, the very first podcast I did was vague on what I do. I am a YouTuber. I make vlogs. And I also put snakes on supercars. So, it's a different slope of different type of content that people can consume. So I guess you gotta be open to it. Whatever that means, it means it's different type of content. It's car content, and it's snakes on cars. Not everybody likes that type of stuff.
No, but to be honest, it's just something that it's shocking for everyone, and it's exciting. It
Right?
just became what it is. It's not like you tried; it just happened.
And I'm surprised that it hasn't taken off more than it has when it catches more of a fan base when it's actually being done. It's crazy.
Yeah. What you mean is you're surprised at how much it doesn't take off online as it would in person, because every time we're somewhere, people are like, "Oh my God." We're running. There's like crowds around, but there ain't no crowds in the comments.
That's the perfect way to say that. There ain't no crowds in the comments. Look, but we're
it's
trying
still
to make
cool.
progress.
We still like it. It's still something fun for you to do. So that's kind of, if you were only doing it just to get the feedback, then you probably, it's been years, so you probably would have just been like, yeah, I'll leave my snakes at home. But you just like taking them out. So.
That's true. I would have stopped a long time ago if I would have just been doing it for feedback, for the likes. But I'm continuing to do it, and there ain't nobody in the comments. It's hard. There is no one there. But it's cool. This is the part that no one sees. This is the part that is hard for people to do. It's the small things. And when you start somewhere, you often don't see any progress sometimes. It's after you've been doing it 4 years. And the people who see you after you've already done it 4 years, and they then gravitate and be like, oh wow, this person's doing this, I'm gonna do it. But
Everyone,
they don't see what it took to get there.
everyone says keep going. Just keep going. You gotta just keep going.
Just
So,
keep going. You're gonna be broke. We
just
all
keep
gonna be
going, I
broke.
guess.
Just keep going, man. We trying to keep going in different ways to keep going. Progress. Another way. Progress. There you go.
True.
Progress.
But you didn't tell them where we went. So we put snakes on cool cars, but where did we go? And
Okay. You're right. You're right about that. So, we went to car show called Snakes on Up. No, we did not go to a car show called
he
Snakes.
just making up his own one.
We went to a car show called Zumba Cars and Coffee at Killer Shrimp. It's in Marina Del Rey, California. For those of who are in California and could check it out, that's on Instagram. And then we also went to a car show at the Peterson Museum, which is located also in California and Los Angeles, California.
Well, we didn't just hop on a jet and go somewhere else for a second car meet today.
I mean, you never know. One day we might be hopping on a jet to go to a different car show for the next day.
That's the only way we're going to be traveling with those snakes.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's the only way we have already come to the conclusion that you could travel with snakes
Cars
safely.
and jets.
Cars and a jet. You're gonna have to drive with the snakes in a bag or in something to transport them, and either that or you're gonna have to hop in a PJ and go to a different state, just like that.
Yep.
I mean, a few $1,000s for a car show. That's wild. Okay. What?
I'm just like,
You're like, what? Into the next segment?
No, I'm like, we gotta tell them about where we went today. Like you said, vague. Was very vague.
What? How was I vague? I told him we went to the car show.
I know, but you didn't tell them like what kind of car show it was.
I know. I was kind of gonna get into the. All right, so we put the snakes on a Lamborghini Aventador. But a friend of mine, he's gonna be on the podcast, soon, later on in the future. Sometimes you ain't gotta hold your breath for things, but he will be on the podcast later on. So stay tuned for that. But he's got a lot of cars, so he'll be up to tell you about a lot of that. We'll talk about where he got them from and how he get into that. But we put the snakes on his car. He just got it wrapped, cream. I like that. The wheels are nice. I mean, everybody does their own thing to their own car. For their own reasons. They still come out cool. So hey.
True.
And then we also put them on the name of the other car?
The Rolls Royce.
The Rolls Royce.
But it was like an old school Rolls Royce. It wasn't like just a regular Rolls Royce. I don't know.
True.
Well, I mean, I don't know what regular Rolls Royce means, but.
Was it I think it was a speed. I believe it was a Speedtail. And then we put also at Zuma, we put the snakes on a Ferrari Pininfarina, but it's different than Pininfarina right now. So back then it was Pininfarina, and now it's Pininfarina, one name. So it was his son. It was a whole stitch, a whole story. You got to go watch the YouTube video. You'll hear me talk to the guy there. Go tune into this YouTube channel, Street Plugs, on YouTube. Go, see how that is.
I missed that whole part. I heard him telling you a story, but I didn't know what he was saying. I just kept hearing you both say, Pininfarina, 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 over and over. I was like, I don't even need to get into this conversation.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was funny, though. I mean, we kept saying the name, but at the same time, it was only in description-wise.
But yeah, but it's still, I was just like, why do they keep saying the name? I couldn't hear anything in the conversation except just you both repeating it.
See, I think when the designers or the car makers made that name, they just knew that name would just be said over and over and over again, just because it's catchy. Even though it's a semi-difficult name to say, it's catchy. Pininfarina.
I don't think
I feel like anybody can say it. It
It's not
looks difficult to say.
difficult. It's just like a tongue twister if you were to say it multiple times.
There you go. Very good way of saying it. Very good way of saying it. All right. Something else that I wanted to talk about, which I guess we're not talking about no podcast other than this one. But people can't drive for nothing. I figured every podcast in the world have already talked about the fact that people can't drive.
Do you think everyone talks about that in their podcasts?
Yeah, I feel like every podcaster, somebody's like, oh yeah, they can't drive.
I mean,
People can't drive.
I can't lie. I do vividly remember one podcast that I was specifically talking about how people are bad drivers when she has road rage.
See?
So it is a thing, but not everyone talks about it. But you definitely will be.
Right? I will be. I will be. I might come home one day from having a bad day from people driving and literally just get to the whole podcast may just be about bad drivers. There's just going to be like multiple segments in the podcast that I'm talking about, just bad drivers throughout the day. People who can't park, people that just suck in parking structures. Like the people today, we're in the parking structure trying to find a parking spot, right? And they walk up to their car as if they're trying to leave, but we don't know that they're about to leave. They know they're not going to leave. They go to put something in their car, and then they just close the doors and walk away. So we're sitting there waiting for them to leave. We catch eye contact. They throw everything in their car and they leave. Instead of them just being like, no, we're not leaving, and just shoo us away. They literally don't say anything.
You know what's funny about that one story you told?
What?
It has nothing to do with anybody driving.
There are drivers. What are you talking about? They
are pedestrians at that point,
No.
and you are stopped.
That is
No
a whole
one's driving.
debate.
I thought driving would have been like, he cut me off, which happened how many times today?
No, but you all right, but we clearly drive. So we're sitting here talking about drivers. So we're pedestrians at this point. We're not driving.
I guess.
Oh my God, that is a whole debate in itself.
You
Look,
got
they
me.
were the owners of the car, and that is the situation that took place at the time.
Okay, what do you want from me?
Oh man, you got any situations where there was bad drivers in your case? You're like you?
Wait, what? Me?
No, me.
Mm.
Wow, I suck.
You're the best good driver I know. I mean, you're the best bad driver I know. Or
Dang.
you're the best bad driver, or you're why you already
No
trying to
idea.
be
Wrong motherfucker. Bro, she got me twisted, bro. She got me totally fucked up.
I just don't like going.
She don't like the way I drive. Say it.
Yeah.
You don't like the way I drive.
No, I
Wow.
love getting places fast, but like not every trip in the car needs to be like
a fast trip.
Yes.
Look, I got adrenaline in my blood. There's adrenaline pumping through me right now. That's why I'm in a rocker, because I can't stop moving.
They probably have meds for that.
They have. Bro, you shouldn't be taking meds. Stay safe, stay sane out there. I know there's a number you can call, but I don't know those numbers currently. I'm not sponsored by anybody to give up numbers or anything like that. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah. What's up, dog? She's just,
She's trying off the couch. She's just scared to jump.
yeah, very terrified to.
But then I'm gonna put her down, and she's gonna get right back up.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So we also put snakes on cars today. You know, got to meet Swizz Beat's son today. You know, that was pretty cool. That was dope. It was a whole. That was a situation.
What?
What? That was a whole situation.
I kind of missed it all, to be fair.
Bruh. Okay, so we're at the car show, putting snakes on cars, and then they go over the intercom, and then they coming down. All right, here we go. We're coming up. we're about to sit here and talk to, Swizz Beatz and, his son. And the next thing you know, we're down there and we're sitting there looking, and I see a few people standing around the area and stuff. And as she's sitting there talking to our friends, I'm, moseying around and I'm filming, and I see a good spot that's open for me to get a good film shot. And Swizz Beat's son sees me and we catch eye contact. And he literally like he motions me over, and I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, yeah. And he like motions me again, and I walk through and I give him the snakes, and then I walked out. And then just as I walked out and I got the Instagram film, the guy, I guess, don't know who the guy is. He had on a Hulu shirt. He literally just said, hey, I'm going to need you to go get those snakes. I'm going to need you to get the snakes. And I was like, and he was just like, get the snakes. The guy didn't even give me a chance to speak. And I was just like, all right, no argument. And then walked up, grabbed the snakes. They got the everything in video quick. And, well, that wasn't recorded or anything, but, the snakes on Swizz Beatz' son, and Swizz Beatz talking with the snakes, and, Matt Ferreira talking about the snakes on the podcast. Or I don't know if they were filming a podcast, but they were just, actively talking in front of everyone. But it could have been filmed, because nowadays, what isn't filmed?
Well, I mean, just because they're sitting down being filmed doesn't mean it's a podcast. I think it was just like, I don't think it was a podcast. It was really short. It was just like a sit down interview, just like talk about the show.
Right.
To be fair, I was kind of talking while they were talking, but I was in the back.
Okay, so you're gonna hear her. Hold on, I wasn't finished, but you're gonna hear her perspective for a second. So as I'm sitting there, as the guy goes grab the snakes, I go grab the snakes, and I come back, and then somebody literally was like, "Bro, what?" And I was like, "Yo," he motioned me over, and you know what I'm saying, like he told me to come through and give him the snakes. So it wasn't just me just walking up, handing the man of snakes on stage as if I'm just like random as hell. And I don't think anybody would just randomly accept snakes if they didn't want snakes to be handed to them.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can't really get handed a snake if you don't want one, because people are fascinated with the snakes, right, and they just want to touch it, and you'd be like, do you want to hold it? Like, absolutely not.
Right. Absolutely.
If you don't want to hold it, you're not going to hold it. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, that was wild. So that was a very eventful meeting Swizz Beatz and his son.
I think his name is Nasir.
That was crazy. I'm gonna just go with what a crazy trip that was. I think I can hit an applause for myself. Most definitely can hit an applause, because that was fun.
So when I was talking while they were talking,
okay,
I was zoned out, and then all of a sudden I hear, "I'm allergic to snakes." And I was like, wait, what? And it was over a microphone. I'm used to hearing people be like, oh, snakes around. Because obviously you're holding a snake.
Right.
But I heard it over the microphone. And I was like, oh, no.
Yo, that literally just killed it. I was like, oh, my God. What is going on here? I mean, I don't ever think I heard somebody that say that they were allergic to snakes.
But that's a good way to say, get that the fuck away from me.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because how are you going to argue someone's allergy?
yeah, you're not going to argue someone's allergies at all.
Like, are you sure? You're like, let me put it on you.
Yeah. I've definitely had that where I was going to talk to someone or meeting someone, and then I went to go take a picture or a photo with someone, and they literally were like, wait, do you still have the snakes on you? And I was like, nah, somebody else is holding snakes. So we good, bro, we good. Don't worry about it. So that was cool. She about to jump down in just like what, 3, 2, 1. You
No.
gonna no? All right. All right, man. Look, it's crazy. So we get home, right? And not only do we see, the post of Nasir and Swizz Beats on stage with the snakes. We also see someone jocking the style. That was crazy.
Oh yeah,
That
the
was
imposter.
crazy. Somebody tagged me in a post and said street plugs imposter because some guy also had snakes and he was like checking the temperature of the hood of a car to put the snakes on. So
But did he put the snakes?
I mean, we don't know what he did from there, but
It's so funny.
But hey, it's so crazy to see. That brings us back to progress. If you're doing something good and people are literally just, I guess you would say, jockeying the style, then
I don't think anybody says that anymore. But
or
yeah,
mimicking what you do, you know,
yeah.
that's dumbing it down for people.
I don't think you need to call them dumb and all that, but yeah.
I'm not calling nobody dumb. I'm just saying I'm simplifying it. Like, dang, we can't even use certain words in a dictionary anymore
Shut
due to
up.
the simple fact that everybody is so sensitive. It's crazy. Like, what the hell? I said dumbing it down. You're like, can't call them dumb. I didn't call nobody
It
dumb.
was a joke.
I mean, but that's how people. I mean, how do I know you wasn't serious? You
Why
know,
am I serious?
this is your first podcast. You may try not to be.
Oh my gosh! Like
you
it's
know,
yours.
Hey,
100.
hey, this is not. Look, I'm just saying I'm trying. Okay, and I know a lot of people are not gonna want to be on a nigga's podcast if the very first one they're like, bro, you want me on your second one? You don't even know what to say. Like, come on now.
True. But then you want me on here? I don't know what to say.
You.
We don't know what to say. We're just here.
Nobody knows what to say. Everybody's just winging it every single day. When I hear you talking, when I hear you listening to a podcast on YouTube that you watch out loud, I'm not saying they're dumb. They're not dumb at all. They just be talking about everyday life on the daily.
Yeah. Mostly.
So, what's the difference between this and what somebody else will be doing that you watch?
Why are you trying to have an argument with me on a podcast?
I'm not having an argument. I'm just discussing with you.
I don't know.
There you go. There's no difference. We just all sit here and talk.
About? Like
anything and everything. Well, I did technically have 4 topics, and we just kind of covered all 4
then
topics.
I chopped out one of your topics.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't it. I didn't even know that was a topic. I didn't even write it down.
I thought you wrote it down.
No, I didn't. It was just, it just came to thought. But it got chopped out. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so...
All right, so the last thing we were actually talking about before the set died on us here, and we had to re-up because we got ads over here. We just going at it.
I thought we were just going to, pretend like nothing happened, but we're back.
Oh. You thought we were going to pretend like nothing happened?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we're not pretending like nothing happened around here. If it happened, it happened. Documentation.
Okay. It's not that serious.
All right, no. So the last thing we were talking about before, was you don't like the sounds at all. She hates it. She literally she would have wished this thing came with nothing. That would have been dope for her.
Yeah.
But thank goodness.
Don't press it again.
Right idea.
Press it
Wrong
again.
motherfucker. Thank goodness for that. Because, what else would we do?
That one's not as bad then.
Because it's my voice.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So, thank you for the right idea. Wrong motherfucker podcast.
It's custom.
There you go, baby. There you go. Not even that's a cool.
Disrespectful.
Oh my goodness. All right, so do you have anything planned for your upcoming future? Anything you want to drop to anybody on here? Anything you want to say before we vamos?
I have a podcast coming out soon. It's
All
about
right.
me and my life struggles, which is a lot different than most people's. And that's about it. I'll tell you more later.
Life struggles or life stories?
Well, I guess there was the struggle during that made it a story. I don't know.
Because we all got stories.
Okay.
I got the story of me getting shot, me going to jail, me losing my mom, my dad, my family, my brother, my sister.
Just
Me,
drop
you know
it
what I'm
on
saying?
us.
What else you want? I got stories, man. There's stories. Thanks for tuning in to the second episode.
So, we both have a lot to say.
Yeah, we both. I got a hip replacement. Damn. I mean, you can see that on YouTube. YouTube Street Plugs.
You did document that. I forgot.
I did.
He cried like a little baby before he went into surgery.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
she funny.
desensitized. So, I was shocked.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
so
I didn't
sad
cry
and
like a
cute,
little
though.
baby. I just cried. There was a little kid next to me. He didn't really cry.
No.
They was like, bro, you gonna make the kid cry. I was like, bro, he don't know you could die right now, bro. I do. I got a lot to lose. He's only 11 years old.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding, man. But look, man, I like kids. They cool. But, bro, I was only, 20 something? I was 20 something years old, bro. Nah. I was 29. Yeah, I was 29. Because, clearly says it on YouTube. What year it happened in. Well, what
True.
year I was. So, there you go. You check out a lot of stuff there. And then I guess this episode will be dropping to the Right Idea Wrong Motherfucker YouTube channel. First episode. This as the second episode. If that makes any sense, because the first episode is on Street Plugs to tell people currently that the Right Idea Wrong Motherfucker podcast exists.
Can't you just put the first episode also on that one?
I mean, maybe. Might
You
be
might
like
have to
re-edit it a little
edit
bit.
it a little different, but
Like
you should
shorten it down.
You should be able to find both episodes on there.
Oh, look at her. You can find both episodes on Right Idea Wrong Motherfucker podcast. Because that's what we doing around here. We just busting shit out. God damn it. That's it?
I have nothing else to say.
You have nothing else to say?
Nope.
All right, y'all. I really don't want to end it, but we got to end it sometime, somehow, some way. Right?
Yeah.
It's about 30 minutes, longer than the first episode. Much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. Just keep plugging. Just keep doing your thing, baby.
Bye.
Let's go. Let's go. Progress.